Yo, 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 hit that subscribe button. So, we got a video today, and it's the Man on Fire, Sparrow on Fire. Hit that subscribe button. Give me the HBO special, help a brother out, and subscribe. And we had 22 subscribers. I want to get to 50 subscribers so I can go live, start going live. You feel me? So, just press the button. It ain't that hard, you know. And I'm going to be talking about the reason why black folks hate each other. It's a tough discussion, but it needs to be had. So we're going to go into this. So let's go into some of these reasons. There's many reasons, but we're going to go into a few of them. But the Jim Crow era, late 1800s to 1960s, is the most commonly associated with the segregation of black and white people, but it's also deeply affected how black people viewed themselves and each other. It planted seeds of internalized racism, mistrust, and division that still echoes today. Here's a detailed look at how the Jim Crow system not only oppressed black people externally, but also fostered division within the black communities. Number one, internalized racism, hating the black self. Jim Crow taught black people through laws, media, and education that blackness was inferior. Over time, many internalized this. Skin tone bias, colorism. Lighter-skinned black people were often treated better by white society and sometimes given better jobs. Domestic work versus field labor. This led to resentment and hierarchy within the black community. The paper bag test. Some black social clubs and institutions would only accept members whose skin was lighter than a paper bag, creating division among black people themselves. Impact. Self-hate and distrust grew. People were conditioned to believe proximity to whiteness meant value, which undermined black unity. 2. Economic scarcity and competition. Jim Crow laws economically crippled black communities. Opportunities were so limited that people often had to compete against each other for survival. Sharecropping and low-wage labor. Black families were trapped in cycles of debt with little room for collective economic advancement. Few leadership roles. Those who made it out, ministers, teachers, and doctors, often had to assert their status over others, sometimes leading to a class-based division and a crab-in-a-barrel mentality. Impact. Competition for resources causes envy and distrust, weakening solidarity. Number 3, social stratification, house versus field. The dynamic started in slavery but continued under Jim Crow. Black people were often socially divided into classes based on how close they were to white people. Uppity accusations, successful or educated black individuals were often mocked or resented for acting white. Respectability politics. Some black leaders urged their people to dress and behave like white middle-class citizens to earn respect, which alienated those who didn't or couldn't conform. Impact. Social class conflict emerged with black people sometimes policing each other instead of uniting. 4. Mistrust fueled by surveillance and spying. Jim Crow law enforcement and federal agencies, especially under COINTELPRO, COINTELPRO, frequently infiltrated black communities to undermine resistance, spying, and informants. The government used black informants to sabotage organizations like the NAACP, the SCLC, and later the Black Panthers. Whispers and betrayal. This fostered cultures of suspicion. Black people were afraid to trust each other in their own neighbors or organizers. Impact. Unity was dangerous. Distrust became survival. Number 5, media and cultural messaging. From minstrel shows to early Hollywood, black people were taught to see themselves through a white lens. Sambo, Mammy, Jezebel, and brute stereotypes taught both white and black audience that black people were dangerous, foolish, or hypersexual. These portrayals created a shame around the black identity and encouraged internal bias. Some black people looked down on others who resembled these caricatures. Impact. Cultural self-hate took root and continues to influence everything from beauty standards to dating preferences. 6. Geographic segregation and neighborhood rivalries. Jim Crow laws forced black people into overpopulated, under-resourced neighborhoods. In cities, this created turf wars over limited resources, safety, and identity. Over time, these rivalries turned into gang conflicts in some areas rooted in the competition born from systemic neglect. Impact. Physical segregation by race led to further divisions within segregated communities themselves. 7. Enforcement of hierarchies by black institutions. Even within black institutions like churches, schools, and fraternal organizations, white supremacist values shape the internal dynamics. Some black schools or churches favor lighter-skinned or wealthier black members. There were sometimes unspoken codes of who was respectable or real, reinforcing division. Impact, white supremacy infected even the spaces black people created for themselves. The final thought, Jim Crow didn't just separate blacks from white, it strategically divided blacks from blacks. Through colorism, classism, internalized racism, and sexual violence, it disrupted the potential for collective unity, power, and healing. The eternal division wasn't accidental, it was part of the strategy, as Malcolm X said. Hit the subscribe button.